Oh boy, time to talk about Close Enough. Oh my gosh. It was a wild ride, guys. I enjoyed this season. Like, I really did. You know, I was split between a decision to make. I could either review Close Enough or do my one paragraph thing for homework, which I can just do in the lab. So I went with the whole reviewing Close Enough Season 3. With Chad and Jeremy Day right around the corner, as well as Jeremy's 10th anniversary, it only made sense for me to finally change the wallpaper. But that's not really what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to be talking about Season 3 of Close Enough. And my God, it was amazing. I love it. I love it again. What? Hello, is me again. Oh. Hello. I'm just reviewing Close Enough. This Season 3. Here's a funny story on what happened. I actually fell asleep and I was fighting to try to stay awake, but I woke up around 12:30 a.m. and started to watch the episodes. Was I late to the party? Yes, but I didn't miss out on these amazing episodes that they had to show. And I wanted to do something a little bit different since I am in school and that would be hard for me to remember from memory. I had to go take another route in order for this to actually work. Season 3 is finally here, actually. Well, as you could see, I actually wrote reviews for the Season 3 episodes. They started off small, but then I gradually started to get more information and detail just from watching the episodes. Mostly, it's like a lot of typing I did. Nothing really that impressive, but this is coming from the same person that writes Close Enough. Writes regular ones. Sorry, Close Enough is on my mind. It's like I just want to get started on talking about these episodes. Don't worry, you're not going to see the whole thing. You just wanted to... Yeah, I already watched all the episodes, so... Time to get started on Season 3. My major complaint with Season 2 is that they had a lack of Joshy Boy. And is this a problem? No, not really, but allow me to explain as clear as Pokemon Crystal. This first episode starts off with Josh and Emily saving up money for their honeymoon, but they go to this resort that's filled with bison. They call them buffaloes. What exactly do you call these things? Little did they know that it's actually a filming location. They're not really having the best time. Emily's like, oh, I thought I would enjoy this, but I just didn't want to tell you. And then Josh is like, yeah, I didn't want to tell you either. And so it's not really a lot to talk about the episode. It's just a honeymoon gone wrong. Alex comes to save the day, and they reach the ferry and stuff. Yeah, it's all good stuff. And may I announce here that there is one thing that you might actually find out that you would be surprised that would be coming out of my mouth. This season actually got me to like Alex as a character. Yep, Season 3, he finally managed to become one of my favorite characters now. Does he beat Joshy Boy? Hell no, but at least I actually like him and would say he's one of my favorite characters. Great job, Zook. You actually got me to actually like a character that you like that's relatable. Good for you. There are some episodes in this season that really do make me like Alex. So, going to episode 2. If you're wondering, the first episode where the buffalo roam is a 7 out of 10. It's just, there's not really many memorable moments. It's just your standard episode, honeymoon gone wrong, chaos ensues, and it's just a filming location. It's nice, but not really something to start the season off with. But Alex was good. Venus, Venice, I can't even pronounce this. Screw it. This episode basically has Pearl come face to face with a rival in her past in a sandcastle building competition, where she in the past actually was a little bit hard on her mom, and it's just a competition. You can't take it seriously. And so her rival, Sandy, has this boy with him, and this becomes a whole competitive thing going on. Well, it simultaneously has a side story regarding Alex and Josh, which is basically them getting burgers and chasing down a seagull that apparently stole their food. Going back with the birds, yeah. Pearl is actually doing the same thing she did to her mom, this time to Candace. Like, that's not right. You can't do that to the child. I mean, I get that you apologize and stuff, and they actually do build a sandcastle that's actually made out of sea glass and seashells, which actually gets the bird's attention, but he actually gets caught by Josh and Alex. And yeah, it's a pretty good episode, but it kills off her rival, and the boy is understandably upset. Like, it's a good episode. I like it. 8 out of 10. I like the moral where competition is in everything, and it's a much better episode than Where the Buffalo Roam. Like, they're really doing this thing with the animals now, aren't they? First they did the bison, and now they're doing that seagull. You're gonna meet a lot of animals in this season. Yeah, 8 out of 10 for this episode. Going to Hellspittle. Looks like I finally found out what that food Alex was eating. Chili. To think that I actually had chili cheese fries the previous night before Close Enough premiered. What is with these occurrences? Okay. So, going back to the episode, he's actually having stomach problems, and I legitimately feel bad for Alex. I'm like, oh no, what's gonna happen to him? And that's something that I've never really done before. Like, I did feel bad for him in Time Hooch, but I legit felt pain for Alex, what he was going through. Like, he was all sick, and then when his friends are trying to take him to a hospital, he's, like, afraid of doctors. And then he escapes, and he, like, finds himself in a hospital in hell, and there are these demons and stuff. I just don't really want to go that much into detail into this, but Roger Craig Smith voiced the demon. So, his dad from heaven helps out to help Alex to escape, and his father tells him that he too had a sickness that he didn't tell him about, and he just wants his son to, go to the doctor. Well, he uses his heavenly powers to, like, restore the balance and stuff, I mean, it's a great episode, and it turns out that the reason why Alex was feeling sick was because trapped gas or something from the chili, which he apparently can't eat anymore. TMI, man. TMI. Alright, just give me a second. Alright. So, this episode, it's a good Alex episode. I like this episode. Is this the episode that got me to like Alex? No, but we're gonna get to that. We will definitely get to that. Like, we're not there yet, but we will get there. I'm just surprised I don't sound very groggy, because I did sleep at 5 a.m. last night because I fell asleep after watching the episode, the Halloween episode, which I will get to in the future. I give this episode an 8 out of 10. It's a really good episode, and I do love that they use the at the Good Samaritan Hospital. Like, that's like 3 times that this has been used as a location. So, yeah, there's that. Next is Candace Revolution. And Josh's night is ruined because Alex got high when eating the hot dogs. This pretty much causes problems with the dinner. So Josh makes Candace pancakes for dinner, and this sorta causes Candace's whole world to change. Like, rules mean nothing to her anymore because pancakes for dinner. I've ate food that's like basically breakfast for dinner when I don't want to have my noodles twice. Or at least eat stuff when it's too hot and cooking is not necessary. Just have like a bowl of cereal and you're good to go, right? Like, it can't like do that whole no rules thing. This basically pays homage to regular shows' house rules, but it has an interesting twist, and Candace gets everybody in on this. Like, this causes, like, chaos and everything. Like, they don't follow rules, and there's chaos ensues. They make this volcano that's made out of baking soda and some vinegar, industrial vinegar it was. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good story. Like, Candace sees the error of her ways, and she gets the kids to stop, but there's just one named Jade who just doesn't want to do that, but she almost falls in the volcano. Candace saves her, then they become friends, and then the thing explodes, but it's basically foam. It doesn't do any real damage. Ow! There's a spider! Oh my god, there's a spider! Mom! There's a spider on my wall! There's a spider on my wall next to my bed! Help! Yes, hurry, before it goes away! Why did it have to be during the live stream?
Yeah, spider free.
Did you get the spider?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
It's right here.
thank goodness.
Yeah. No, but
Okay.
You know, if you need more help with that.
Okay. All right. Okay, going back to the episode. Hey, what up, dude? Hey! I was just reviewing season 3 of Close Enough. I'm on. Are you there? Yeah, I'm here. I just had to go tell Mom something. We just got a new Wi-Fi password and it's somewhat not working with my computer and I'm all kinds of freaked out. I don't know what to do. But I think I'll just figure it out, like, later on when the stream is over. Just don't be surprised if it starts looping. It will do that after it ends. I just gotta go end the stream. This happened with Ruby also. Okay. So, going back to the episode, Candace learns her lesson, but she is punished after what she did. Like, she's scared of a spider. Yeah, there's a spider on my wall, and I got BG's, staff to kill it, so that's taken care of, and the internet from my laptop isn't working because we changed the password, and now I gotta find a way to end the stream once it's over, because it's gonna loop if it doesn't, stop. Anyways, Josh does break a rule because he for some reason the walk button isn't working, and so he, crosses it, and then they get arrested. it's an 8. It's an 8 out of 10. It's a pretty good moral, like, rules need to be there for a reason, and it just causes kids to get violent. Its own take on regular shows' house rules, and it's a pretty good one. Alright, next episode, Randy free solos. Randy meets Ty, which is a skilled athlete at this climbing gym, and he accidentally does something that gets him to the top of the most hardest thing to climb, and so the two actually hit off. They even call themselves boyfriends and stuff, which really does show a very unique storyline in this episode. They make it to as if it's gonna be like an actual relationship, but I just see it more as a bromance than anything, even though Ty kisses Randy on the forehead. But there's like a part in the episode where Alex says that possums can handle a lot of things, like they can hold literally almost anything. He literally said possum, which really draws parallels to regular show and regular life, which had possums in their respective medias. Randy has another date to climb this other mountain and stuff, and his friends are telling him not to do this, go tell the truth, but he just doesn't want to do that, and he does want to, like, train to, like, climb and stuff, but he's just not climbing material. He meets this shadowy figure in the shadows that gives him some kind of crash pad that would activate if he falls, and spoiler alert, it's not the bad guy. It turns out it actually does work, but I'll get to that part when I get to that part. When they do make it to that mountain place, Randy has a hard time climbing and stuff, and he almost falls, but Ty does know that Randy was lying, that he was just attracted to his weirdo confidence. And then he really deals with the other climbers. I mean, Pearl does come to the rescue, but Randy's overexcitement causes him to fall off the mountain, and this activates the inflatable crash pad. And that saves him, but even through all of that, Ty doesn't want to be with Randy because he went to another gym, and that's just too much for his heart to handle, which pretty much breaks the whole friendship thingy, which is sad. I kind of feel bad, but it's an 8. It's another 8. I mean, I like it's basically a liar revealed story, but it does do things that make it different and unique. So yeah, that's that episode. Summer Job. Okay, when I first saw this episode, Alex being a volleyball coach gives me, like, flashbacks to, regular show the movie. Mr. Ross, that was a volleyball coach at Wes Anderson High. He's just a coach. His volleyball thing gets the dean hit, and so he has to postpone and find, like, another job. Luckily, Josh gets him a job at his TV plug-in place, and, they have to lie to make, Alex, seeing that he's actually this good installer thing, but it turns out he's actually terrible, and that, the boss says that if he finds out, he will fire Alex, but, it doesn't go right the first time, but, Josh is like, it was his first day, it was pretty hard, and the boss lets it go, and so the coworkers band together to actually help Alex out, but this gets her promoted to, I think employee or something, like the new leader, which I think it upsets Josh a little bit, but nothing too severe, because now there's, another obstacle in their way, which is basically setting up this billboard in the Los Angeles area, and you may think that this is gonna go into chaos, but no, they actually successfully put up the billboard, and the chaos only ensues because a button was accidentally pressed, and Alex uses what he learned, like what he did with the whole volleyball thing, and imagines the button as the dean and hits it, which really impresses the boss, but he's like, it's not really my thing, the fall semester is my thing, and the boss is like, none of you guys are getting raises. Like, come on, they helped set up the TV too. You can't just give Alex all the credit. Once again, it's another 8 out of 10. Man, this season alone has been getting a lot of 8 out of 10s. Who's gonna get that 10 out of 10? Well, that is coming up. Don't worry, I'm getting to that part. Bridget the Brain. Oh my gosh, Bridget the Brain. I actually scanned this episode with my eyes and ears and listened very keenly on this certain episode. Bridget the Brain, the more smarter and serving till 11 inspired episode. I say that because this thing references two things. The Entelopil references the more smarter medicine from regular show's episode More Smarter, and it also references the M-Pill, which Jeremy consumes in episode 30 of Regular Life, serving till 11, which gives him intelligence and maturity. And so this kind of really gives certain, like, references in mind. I mean, if you guys haven't read Regular Life, you won't know what I'm talking about, but when you actually read it, you're like, whoa! Yeah! What is the rare occurrence? Like, there's been, like, episodes of Close Enough that feel very similar to episodes I wrote of Regular Life. First, Deception, now Serving Till 11. And that episode came out after Deception. So, I don't know what really parallels Close Enough with Regular Life. But these things look way too obvious. Then again, it does do something different with the formula, as Bridget has a talented sister, which is better than her at everything, which makes her consume the pill and make her become smart. I actually said in the video I was talking about Close Enough that it was Emily, but it's actually her sister, and this causes, like, a whole brawl to happen, like, you know, like, she creates this pill because she consumes the Entelopil, and then she, like, creates the Mind Agra, which has the ability to make people smart, and this basically causes a battle of the brains, no pun intended. But it turns out the mom is actually the one that formed the sisters into who they were, as the sister was more smarter than Bridget, and Bridget was more popular than the sister, so they kind of rekindle, and they make up for their mistakes, and the mother is just glad to see that her daughters are finally getting along. But this doesn't falter for what happened. It was close to getting an 8 out of 10, but this actually deserves a 9 out of 10. I don't care about the lack of Joshy Boy. I actually like that this was dealt with in a very reasonable way, and that, why was it set in the Warner Brothers studio? I don't know. Never meet your heroes. This episode starts off with Alex being afraid to show his work to his friends because he's afraid that they might hate it. This is every writer and creator's nightmare. You create something and you're worried that it's gonna get, like, hate and stuff. That's basically Regular Life in a nutshell. This is the episode that got me to actually root for Alex. Beginning, middle, and end. I'm basically Alex in this situation. I'm just like him. I actually want to, like, create something. I don't want people to actually like it, but I'm afraid, but we're both afraid to show it to the world because we don't know what the final result is going to be. Alex meets the author of one of his favorite books, and this basically transpires into him being his idol into actually, like, writing the book and stuff like that, like its own dram of confidence or something, like it's existential fear of someone reading work, which, again, that's me. I'm afraid. That's literally me. I am afraid of people looking at my work just because it's got Jeremy in it. That's what I fear that people wouldn't understand. They're going to glance over it because Jeremy's in it and they didn't like Jeremy in regular show. So what makes people think they're going to like him in regular life of all things? They'll think he's the same exact character. I'm literally Alex in this. But, however, there's a twist. The author, Jack Cleghorn, whatever the hell he's called, actually tells Alex his true motive, that he actually steals ideas from other people, other works, and takes all the credit. And the reason why he's stayed like this for the longest time is because he switches bodies like it's a whole Freaky Friday sort of thing. He does it with Alex, but he's like tied up, so basically Alex gets the upper hand. And then this basically transpires to a duel between him and Alex, which he actually destroys his own work, which then references Stephen King's Misery, which I did watch days before this episode premiered. So, like, there's, like, a lot of things I, like, got right away. Like, you got this author who wants him to write the book only to take away his glory. Kind of like how the crazed fan, like, kidnaps this famous author to write Misery, which is a series of books she likes. And just replace her with Jack, and it's a match. So, yeah, he's defeated, and, he tells the story to Jack's agent, who was basically... Okay, so first off, Jack is telling the agent that he will have the book ready, but without Jack. Alex just tells the story of what just happened, and sadly, it's a pass. This is a 10 out of 10. This episode made me love Alex, made me root for him, because Zook was right. He is relatable. He may be a creep, a weirdo creep. He can even do things that make me cringe and stuff. But at the end of the day, he's still a person, and I see a little bit of me inside of him. So Josh and Alex both represent me as a person. An immature adult and someone just wanting to create work that can be loved by people. That is literally me. And I'm both of those characters' personalities combined. Okay, let's talk about robots with benefits. Replace 2.0. I didn't know it would be possible, but they did it. They actually made an episode that's very similar to Replaced. And it's season 3 of all things. When Josh and his co-workers like get into trouble when they're like messing around at work on Roombas, the boss makes this robot, and you could see what's going to happen. You're probably going to think, oh, the robot's going to be better than them, and they're going to replace the co-workers? I mean, at least that's what the co-workers think. But there's only one option. Sabotage. Yep. They're really doing this. Just replace Chad and Jeremy with the robots. I mean, come on, JG. Why are you referencing Replace for some reason? Like, this is the kind of logic I give because I talked to you in that music in your inbox chat when you said the Replace is a pretty good episode. Minus the fact that you had 2 guys voiced by Roger Grace, but they use the freaking Jeremy voice. You're basically centering the season around Addison without even using the character as a cameo in any of the episodes. Whew, that was a lot out of me. Alright, now that I got that out of my system, let's continue. So, the robot's motive is just basically programmed to just do its job. You know, it was only made to do stuff at plug-inners. Like, it doesn't have any other motives or other stuff, but Candace and the others tell him that there are dreams that he can have. Like, there are other passions he can pursue, and even congratulates Josh on the game he made, which makes him reconsider his decision to destroy the robot and actually feel, you know, sympathy for him. Like, yeah, this robot can have other careers and stuff. Like, he's not just limited to one specific mode, right? Like, his programming. This again references Regular Life episode 34, 2 is Better Than 1, where Jeremy's clone, Jeremy 2, was only created to become a powerful fighter, and all he can do is fight. He's stronger than Jeremy, smarter than Jeremy, and he can actually do literal damage and stuff. That's what he was programmed to do. Though after Jeremy's kind words of saying that he is still indeed a person, and that he is basically the same as him, he understands that fighting isn't everything. I mean, do I even have to explain more about the episode? This pretty much proves my point. Okay, so that's 2 times this season that Close Enough has referenced an idea of mine that I created. Just replace Jeremy 2 with the robot. Was the robot tutor not good enough for you? Oh yeah. The robot wants to, commit harakiri. Because he's depressed. Like, he doesn't have any other methods or things to do because he's programmed to only one purpose. Like, he wants to take away his life. If you're wondering, harakiri is just another word for suicide. And the co-workers try to stop him, and they convince him that even if he is stuck with this job, they won't be able to do it alone. And just when he's about to reach Josh's hand, he falls into the lava that was going to destroy him in the first place. Like, he dies, and I was, like, sad. I'm like, no, I didn't want him to die. And the boss says that the co-workers can keep their jobs, and they recreate Obo, which is the robot's name. I mean, I think I said Obo's name. I can't remember. In their own image, so basically he lives on in a new form. I'm just glad that Obo is alive somewhere. It's a 9 out of 10. And here we have the most awkward episode of Close Enough, which makes me question as to what they were really trying to do. Emily is trying to talk to Candace, but she ends up ignoring her and stuff. Like, she doesn't like being dejected by silent treatment, and so she wishes that she would be closer to Candace, which causes Alex's whole pendant thing to glow and grant her wish. Like, it actually changes her into a girl, like a little girl, about Candace's age. And, like, she goes to Alex and says, like, your pendant thing made me this kin stuff. And then Alex accidentally makes a wish that he would be, like, close to Offspring. And he regrettably regrets this because Offspring means literally anything. From, like, a child of his to a band called Offspring. He's literally, like, attached to the word. Like an obsession, basically. Even if Emily is a child, she still weirds Candace out. And even though she made Jade cry, it does get Candace's approval and stuff. Like, what happened? Weren't they friends? I mean, at least she did say that they were friends, but then things just didn't really go the best because, I mean, the only way to get back their friendship is to, like, hit a bee's nest with a rock, and Emily doesn't want this because bees are dying at an alarming rate. I mean, they do fight over a scuffle, and this does end with the bees, like, being released. And, yeah, there's also a subplot where Alex is, like, buying Offspring tickets and listening to the music. Like, it's like a curse. Like, he can't, it's like, he likes it, and he knows the words to the songs. Like, that's how bad the curse is. Emily saves Candace from being attacked by the bees by having the bees attack her, and I think Candace's tears bring her back to life, and Alex, like, destroys the pendant, but that doesn't break his curse because Emily learns her lesson, and yeah, that's the episode. You're probably wondering, where was Josh in all this? Well, Josh wasn't in the episode at all, but that didn't change the fact that I still enjoyed the episode. Like, I mean, I was a little bit upset about the lack of Joshy Boy, but really, Josh wasn't needed in this episode. Like, this is an episode centering on Emily and her daughter. You can't just shoehorn Josh in for the heck of it. I mean, it was weird at first, but then it actually becomes a really good episode. I was gonna give it an 8 out of 10 because of lack of Joshy Boy, but then I really thought it over and I thought, I'll give this a 9 out of 10, and so I gave it a 9 out of 10. Legend of the Pier. Bridget's whole thing about going viral is pretty much ruining it for her friends' lives. Like, what is with all the pasta pranks? Like, are you trying to be like a muscle man or something? Okay. So she wants to recreate her first video where she does like a handstand on a Ferris wheel, but she actually comes face to face with the Wham House 4, which is a group of savvy girls led by their leader, Ricky. She basically, like Bridget accidentally, interrupts her video, and this causes Ricky to, tell her to, hey, this girl, ruined my video, unfollow her. And then they start unfollowing her. I'm like, what is this? Meanwhile, it transpires back to Alex trying to find a good parking space. We don't focus on it too long, and this episode feels rushed. This feels very rushed. They make it to the Ferris wheel, at least 5 minutes in the episode, so it looks like it's gonna be over. And then, Emily's telling Bridget it's not worth it, you're gonna die, and it's not really anything, and so Ricky's about to upstage her, but then the Ferris wheel breaks, and this causes chaos. Well, I wouldn't really say chaos, because there's, a short chase scene, and Bridget saves Ricky after all that's happened. Even after all of that, she admits that she looked up to Bridget to the very beginning, and that's the reason why she started the whole viral videos in the first place. Yeah, I like it. I also like that there's this other group called the Blib Blab Gang. Oh, how do you even pronounce this Blib Blab? That sounds silly. What the heck is this? Blib Blab Gang? Okay. And I also like the fact that Alex's car gets towed because no 80s cars. They really want to drag in the millennial crowd. I like it, but as I said before, I do like the lesson and stuff, but this episode felt relatively rushed, and it clearly shows. Yeah, there's a montage where she, tries to get famous and stuff, but it really doesn't do that much, but it's, 7. I would have liked it better if they did a little more time. It probably would have gone to the Ferris wheel, not at the 5-minute mark, because it looked like they were just trying to end it, immediately. You were just so desperate to show this. I know you want to get to the good stuff, but that doesn't change the fact that this had potential to be a really good episode. It gives a good lesson, but it just doesn't give off a good payoff. I'm sorry. Alex saved the episode. Speaking of Alex, there's another episode we have with Alex. He's on this Peloton, and this woman instructor, tells him to work out and stuff, and he starts working out. He fails the first time, but then he succeeds the next, and he bypasses all the other participants. There's even an attendee that's called My Mom, which really gives a regular show callback. I mean, seriously, JG, are you trying to give us regular show vibes? Just call this the regular show season. That's the best way you can describe it. I'll go more on that later once I'm done reviewing the episodes. So yeah, the instructor is forcing him to become this instructor, and he's working himself to death on that Peloton. His friends go to rescue him, and they get captured when trying to rescue him. There's this guy that has a voice that is spot on, a voice that Roger Craig Smith used, and you guessed it. It's another friggin' Jeremy voice. Only this time it's dead on. And this is the only time we hear his voice. Yeah, he gets killed off later on and has a grunt or something. But come on. Why are you adding Jeremy's voice? I get you did that with regular show, but why close enough? Look, when I said that I wanted Jeremy to be in close enough, I didn't expect to actually hear his voice. Literally out of a human of all things. Just put him in a bird's body. Like, that's so hard. Alright. The instructor's motive is revealed to have the Pelotons powered by the people to fuel their alien spaceship. And like this is basically now referencing Alien. Okay, so they went from a Peloton plot to a Alien plot. Interesting choice. And you can imagine the latter, like Alex still is in love with the tentacled lady. Like, she's literally an octopus hybrid human thing, something like that. And it still catches the attention of Alex, who still wants to be with her. And then Bridget is like saying there are other girls out there that would want to date you, which really gives another nod to regular show when Rigby says to Mordecai there are other girls besides CJ in Dumbtown, USA. And what is with another regular show reference? JG Quintel! Are you serious? Alright. So, yeah, she wants her egg babies to devour Alex because I think that's how alien dating works or something. I mean, it's weird. I'm sorry, it's weird. It's very weird. Okay, so going back to that part, they escape, and with the escape pods, like Alex frees his friends and frees everybody that's been enslaved by the alien-powered ship, and then they escape, the alien ship crashes, and everyone's understandably angry at Alex because of what happened. Did that change my opinion on Alex? No. It was just a slip-up, you know? But I do dock him points for that alone. So 8 out of 10 for that one. Finally, this episode. This is the episode I've been waiting to do. This is the episode I've wanted to do for the very beginning. Halloween Enough. Its take on regular show's Terror Tales of the Park. Let me start off with the fact that people are, like, wearing costumes. It's been revealed in the other video that I did. Like, I already said that Candace is Chucky. Bridget's this Marvel hero, and I think Pearl's also that. Randy's basically Snake, which is why he hides in a box. And Joshy Boy is none other than Mordecai doing the signature. Oh, yes. I am not kidding. He literally does that when wearing the freaking Mordecai costume. And the Mordecai costume is still like Mordecai's dead inside. Literally, it just, I laugh at it, but still I feel horrified by it. The trick-or-treating fails because the rainstorms that happen, which is sad. I have to admit, that is actually pretty sad. So this transpires into Close Enough's take on Terror Tales of the Park. Like, Josh tells a story about Alex being a vampire. Bridget tells a story about a haunted house. Like, these episodes are, like, very similar to regular show ones. You got the vampire one, I think, from, what was it, season 8? Was it, like, season 8 when they're, like, king-size candy bars or something? And then there's the haunted house with Jebediah Death Wish in season 3 of Terror Tales of the Park 3. And Emily tells a story about this haunted pumpkin that becomes like a monster and stuff. Okay, so it dodged a bullet into becoming a reference to the episode where Mordecai and Rigby and Muscleman and High Five go smash pumpkins. So it gets a pass from that. That one's actually original. And yeah, it's a pretty good, all 3 of the stories are good. But the last one, the dream sequence that Candace has, sells the whole entire episode and what gives this a 10 out of 10. Candace has a dream where she's in an animation studio. She sees the animation staff, like, you know, the storyboards and stuff. Like, she sees the horrors of that voice acting. And there's something that I didn't really figure out. But yet, this is odd. How is throwing a ball at a wall a creative process? Like, how is that even possible? Noise disrupts people. I too have this problem. When I hear noise, it makes me, yap back, snap. And I lose all concentration. That's basically me when I'm playing Mortal Kombat 4, which I bought recently. And any sign of noise or complaint just causes me to go crazy and wild. Stop making that noise! But that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is the fourth wall break. If you thought the Close Enough posters were on the wall were what I'm talking about, or the Mordecai that was on the wall, or the original titles for Close Enough was what I was going to talk about, no. There's a scene in this episode where Josh is like, oh, hey, are you on a tour? Where are your parents? I don't think they'll let you watch this show, but have you seen this one? I might go into spoiler territory, but it's actually confirmed in this episode that regular show was drawn in a post-it form. Josh is literally J.G. Quintel and Josh that shows Candace the drawing, and she gets all weirded out and stuff. And we even get the regular show intro playing! That was awesome! This was a great dream. And it also turns out that she was indeed in the actual Cartoon Network studio, the place I've been wanting to go to for so long. And is that what it actually looks like inside? Yeah, I mean, I get it's a dream, but it was a really awesome dream. So, going back to what I was saying earlier about the whole, sorry about that. Emily tells Candace that they were just watching a scary story and that it gave her nightmares. As Emily is about to put Candace to bed, we do end off the episode with Josh doing a reference to Michael Jackson's Thriller. Okay, so first you get, a reference to Prince with the costume, and now Thriller. I apologize for the noise in the background. This is a 10 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10. I'm sorry. I don't find anything wrong with this episode. This is gold. This is gold, and the other episode is gold. This is an episode you need to revisit. Find the clues. You gotta find the references. And many callbacks to regular show. See if you can find them all. This is also the episode where I didn't really like the fact that Alex dies 3 times in the stories. Come on, I was starting to like Alex and then you do this? Why? I mean, I get that Josh is the one that's telling the story. And again, him in the Mordecai costume. I can't take him seriously. Okay, we got 2 episodes to go. Let me just go back to checking out my accomplishments. Yeah, I actually beat the game 8 wins in a row, and I actually beat the team battle mode. Okay, we got 2 episodes to go, and I'm just so happy to actually talk about this, and I can't say any other ways to hold in my excitement. It's just all good stuff. There are some stuff I don't like, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm enjoying this season. We got 2 episodes to go, by the way. The perfect couple. Alex and Bridget aren't really keen to be taken to events that are for kids, but they have to keep in mind that Alex and Emily have a kid, so they want to do adult activities, and so they meet this guy named Koki that does adult activities, which are really disguised as kids' activities, but with alcohol. Just take out the whole thing. And, you thought I was not going to say it, but I am going to say it. 2 arcade machines in the montage, Broken Bones, and a sequel to Destroyer of Worlds are in this episode. Once again, you hit us with another regular show reference. Good on ya! The log ride that they're on is basically a disaster as it crashes into into the gift shop at Knott's Berry Farm. Wait, are they at Knott's Berry Farm? Explains all the jams, actually. Well, there's also a side plot where Josh and Emily find these parent friends who they hit off pretty well. Like, they get along and stuff until they find out that the daughter that they have is actually a dog, and they actually make it as to if dogs are their kids, which really freaks out Josh and Emily. Like, they get the hell out of there, and they're surrounded by dogs, and which are the kids to their parents' friends. They get out of there, and only when Emily says, like, work out or something, it makes them say, oh, they're weird. Okay, what's weird? Raising dogs to be kids, or saying work out or something? Or she said something like that. And they go to break Alex and Bridget out of jam jail. And all they gotta do is just pay for the jam, and they're all good to go. And the guy literally just gives them the jams that were destroyed. Dude, that stuff was on the floor. Why are you giving them jam that was on the floor? Yes, they paid for it, but that doesn't change the fact that it was on the floor. You're just giving it. Are we not going to establish that? This episode's weird. So weird that it gets a 7 out of 10. I find the whole thing all weird. The fact that the parent friends had dogs as kids, like, it weirded me out. This ain't no dog boy thing. This is like, it doesn't talk, it acts like a human, but doesn't talk. It's still a literal dog. Alright, last episode, Matchman in Valhalla. Bridget, like, dates this guy, like, they're having a date and stuff, and then when she finds out that this guy hates Mayo, he goes on a rampage, almost goes on a rampage until she finds someone who also hates Mayo and hitches her with him, and so this ironically makes her matchmaker, which helps her get dates with other people. And I am a little disappointed that the music teacher is now hitched with someone else. So, sorry, Timothy Campbell. I hope you have someone else in your life. So, now, Bridget sees this as an opportunity to actually get Alex to actually date someone with the same interests as him. Because, basically, she's, like, using these same interests as a way to hitch people up. Like, there's, like, a parrot owner that has a parrot that's similar to Bird Josh, and, there's this other girl that's also a bird owner, and they hit it off just fine, and so do the parrots for some reason. Well, no, the parrots hit it off, not the actual owners, and we don't really see the aftermath of that. Looks like her wish came true as she actually meets Hannah, which is also a Viking enthusiast, and she and Alex actually get together, even to the point where they actually made out. And Bridget actually is jealous? Oh, like, okay, so you've been divorced and yet you still have feelings for him? I thought we've already established in an episode that you, like, there were, like, some things they could fix or something. It's the one where she's dating this conjoined guy, and just when they're about to date, this happens. Like, it's not like a ripoff, but it's just, we've seen this before. We know you have feelings for Alex, and yet she is horrified to discover that Hannah is going to get married to Alex, and there are attendees at the party, including Pickles, the secret horse from season 2. They actually managed to put a close enough character from the previous season in this episode. Man, these guys are clever. It's a great cameo, by the way. I mean, Hannah admits that she's actually a goddess and gets Alex to join in, but Bridget actually has flashbacks of Alex and then says that she still has feelings for him, and he still has feelings for her. I mean, we think that the goddess is actually going to take this the wrong way, but no, she actually rides off to her kingdom in the clouds, and I think that Bridget and Alex are now together again, but the guys is like raining fish from the sky now. There's like fish everywhere. Like, okay, we didn't need to see that, but I guess they rekindled. Problem solved. They're together again. That's another 10 out of 10 for this. And that concludes Season 3 of Close Enough. Remember when I said this was a wild ride? This is indeed a very wild ride. This episode has so many regular show references galore. Let me see the comments that you guys are putting in. Yo, Alex, hello, I sub to you. I sub you. I give 10 out of 10. Mordecai and Rigby. Yeah. This is the regular show season. The reason why I say this is, remember what I said in a previous video? That this season is going to have a lot of regular show references. Well, it did have a lot of regular show references, and they even had Roger Craig Smith voice a character that used Jeremy's voice. So, ironically, Jeremy was in this season, but not in bird form. And not by the same name. We don't even get what that guy who worked at Hot Bike was. We don't even know his name. All we know is he's a tentacle monster that got decapitated. Well, his head blew off, but, I mean, okay, that's actually pretty sad. But, that's not really something to get scared about. I mean, it's just, cartoon stuff. Alright, one of my thoughts on the season besides the whole regular show thing. Alright, this might surprise people, but I liked Alex more in this season than Joshy Boy, which was really an accomplishment. Like, I was expecting to like Josh. Like, yeah, there were some episodes that focused on Josh and his co-workers, but we didn't get an episode that centered primarily on him alone. Even if it was, it had Emily involved. Like, we don't see him, like, in Josh Gets Shredded when he wants to, work on his lifting skills and stuff, like wants to lift up his daughter, or when he tries to be brave with Pearl coaching him. We don't really get that with Josh. And Alex is the one that got the most character development in this season, and what got me to actually like him as one of my favorite characters. So congratulations, Alex. You're now on the roster of one of my favorite characters of Close Enough. It's just a shame. Josh, I expected better from you, dude. I mean, yeah, I still like you. You're still in first place. But, yeah, there were some memorable moments, too. But, I don't know. There just wasn't really much to really say about you. I mean, there are some episodes I liked that had you in it. I think the only one I really liked was the one with the robot that was centered around him and his co-workers. And maybe the one where, I'm having difficulty even listing one of the episodes where I actually liked Joshy Boy in. Well, season 2 had 2 episodes that I liked with Joshy Boy. This season has maybe 2, if you count the Halloween episode. You thought just him wearing the Mordecai costume was gonna make me like him even more? It did, but I'm sorry, this has to go to Alex. This is Alex's best season. Sorry, Josh. You may have managed to become one of my favorites in seasons 1 and 2, but there's no denying that Alex Dorpenberger deserves the award for favorite character in this season, especially for development, working on his relationship with Bridget. Yeah, this was a good season to watch. Let's just hope that season 4 we actually get an actual Joshy Boy centered episode. Am I a little disappointed? No. That doesn't change the fact that even with the thought of not having that many Joshy Boy episodes, let alone being centered by him, I still enjoy this season. It's still good. And I still like Joshy Boy. Even if he didn't have any episodes dedicated to him, I still like him. He just didn't impress me in this season. My mind might change if I rewatch the season, but I don't want to do it twice in a row. Like, no, I don't want to do that. I'll just wait until it comes on TBS or wait until the weekend to clarify or rethink my decision. But right now, Alex is the one that became my favorite for the season. Sorry, Joshy Boy. It's not that I hated you, it's just that, well, you disappointed me. Join us for Pokemon Go Safari Seville. No, it's not a global event. Sorry. Can you believe that, Raiden? I wanted to like Joshy Boy in this season, but just, I mean, there were a handful of episodes where I did like him. It's just not having an episode centered on him pretty much destroyed it. That's why I preferred season 2 in terms of him being one of my favorite characters. Yes, I get that, but Josh didn't really have development. Like he had feelings, like he felt bad for the robot, and he did help Alex when he needed that job. But did he really do anything else? See, that's the problem. He was put on the wayside and didn't really contribute to anything except like fighting in the vampire story. Like, he really contributed nothing. Yeah, that's the thing. Also, I forgot to mention that Vinous Vengeance had Silver Dude, which is basically a reference to Silver Dude from season 5 of regular show. How could I not mention that? I don't know. I just wanted to get this episode thing over and done with. Yeah, that's the problem with season 3 of Close Enough. Josh really didn't contribute. He was just basically there in the background, was a damsel in distress, because he was, like, captured and stuff, and he only, like, fought, like, when the plot demanded him to do it. Yeah. Unless you count the Halloween story, Halloween Enough, in that robot episode, Josh really has nothing. Robot with Benefits and Halloween Enough are the only episodes this season I liked that had Joshy Boy in it and played a major role. But those other episodes, he just played second fiddle to Alex, who truly deserves my praise and my approval. Randy also got one episode. Like, he got an episode where he, like, rock climbs and meets this guy. We get something with Pearl and Candace. And just Alex and Josh were just used as a side plot. And that Buffalo episode just wasn't a good opener, like how Josh gets shredded. So if I want to be clear, Where the Buffalo Roam is not a good season starter. Josh gets shredded is. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to be negative, but I'm serious. There's just, I can't find anything with it. I can't! Joshy Boy disappointed me this season, and the only thing that got me to like this season were the regular show, Easter eggs, Alex Dorpenberger, the Halloween episode, and that robot episode, which is Replaced 2.0. All the other episodes I love, but Joshy Boy didn't play a major role in. That's the problem. With season 2, there's only one episode where Josh didn't play a major role, and that was Sauceface. This season, he literally plays second fiddle and background character for the most part for the duration of this season alone. And like I said, that's the problem. And as I said before, I don't want to be negative, but I can't fault it for its biggest flaw. Having the main character play second fiddle to another main character. Alright, let's see. Who am I gonna do? I want to keep this brief because I got class at 3:15 and I need to get to the lab at around 12:30. Okay. Who am I gonna do? Let's see. I don't count you as Josh because you're just literally JG Quintel. You cannot deny it. Why else would Joshy Boy draw that? Because he's literally JG as him. I'm just gonna draw that signature drawing like... Did JG draw that in his past time? I don't know. Maybe it was crunch time and they were probably like, hey, we need you to draw regular show stuff. And then JG just drew a random sketch of Rigby and Mordecai doing their O from regular show with the freaking regular show intro in the background. They put the regular show intro. How's that for a crossover, Zook? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just hilarious right there. Maybe I'll just draw the Quintel, Josh, and end the live stream. Getting hungry. Sorry for those who haven't seen the show, but this is a big highlight to the season. Josh, why did you have to play second fiddle to Alex? I'm sorry, I'm just still a little upset. But you'd be surprised by the fact that I said that. You'd be like, but Mitchie, I thought you were a fan of Josh. Yeah, I am a Josh fan, but this season just didn't really... I gotta find, like, a good quality, like, a good color palette for Josh. Like, I'm gonna need his... Okay, this will do. Also, how did they manage to put the regular show intro in there? Yeah, they did it with Meet the Seer and regular show, which is another callback, by the way. And, like, they did it twice! I don't know how they did it, but they actually did it twice. They put the regular show intro into the media, just a different show. You thought I didn't see it, but I saw it. Okay, so this just raises even more questions. If Candace sees JG as her dad, why didn't we see Emily? We just saw her voice actor, which is like, Josh, did you get your head stuck in that pumpkin? And it's a great callback to, like, a scene that happened earlier. Like, we see her voicing as Emily saying that line, and then we actually see Josh in a pumpkin costume doing the signature Thriller. Okay, that's... Okay, I give you a point for that, Joshy boy. But it doesn't change the fact that you still disappointed me. Heck, even if you reference one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs, which Thriller is my favorite, besides You Made My World and Butterflies and that other song, I think Billie Jean, or was it Remember the Time? It's not going to change my opinion on what I thought about you in this season. It's just not. It was a good try. I liked the reference, but no. Not enough, dude. Not enough. Also, with Josh drawing regular show, does that mean that it's going to eventually come back to Cartoon Network? Or is he secretly working on a regular show spinoff that we don't know about? Because he did say that he was going to do one due to popular demand. Well, you keep referencing it in your show, dude, and this season alone has a lot of references to your show. One reference. No, okay, two. Or 3 or 4, 5, whatever, were based on your show that you're currently working on. But this was jam-packed with regular show references. Whether it be from the episodes, whether it be the characters, whether it be the drawings or the concept art. It's there, from the freaking Mordecai costume to Jeremy's voice to the episode references, more smarter. The volleyball coach thing reminding me of Mr. Ross. This season alone is, as I said before, the regular show season. Maybe it's just me, or I'm just a little tired from trying to stay awake. This is the scene that everybody's gonna do. Hell, I think even Veil Skybomb is gonna do a video. I just found out that in this episode that the regular show universe is canon to Close Enough. And then it's gonna have the whole thing playing about. Like, everyone's gonna be talking about this. This is the highlight. This is the thing. This is the thing everybody's gonna be talking about. This is the scene everyone is going to be showing in the Discord chats. This is going to be popular on YouTube. This is gonna be the most said thing about the season. Highlight. Many re-uploads and images to Discord chats, including mine and the Close Enough one. This is gonna go viral. I know it is. No one is going to ignore this. That Mordecai costume went viral. You think this is gonna go viral? It definitely is gonna go viral because I'm talking about it right now. So this makes me the first person to actually talk about it. I'm just gonna draw the Rigby and the Mordecai, and why would Candace be like scared by this? They're animals. Come on, you love animals. Like, you had Pickles, and you're afraid of a raccoon and a blue jay? It's the signature style that JG was best known for when doing his signature drawings and stuff. Hey Zook, didn't you say you wanted to see a Rigby in this episode? Well, there's your Rigby. It may be tiny, but hey, it's close enough. Man, I'm good. Yeah, this season is jam-packed with a whole bunch of regular show references. Can you find them all? I know I did. But there might be even some other references even I don't even know about. I may have gotten the regular show references, but there may be some that are still in the void that I don't know about, but will eventually find out about. It just makes me feel so happy to see those characters. Just imagine what would have happened if the drawings came to life. Like, that would have been cool. That didn't happen, though, but would have been cool if we actually saw that. That would be so cool. your creations, Joshy boy. Or should I say JG? Mordecai looks so cool in that style. Oh, it makes me feel so happy to see him again. Hey, Mordecai! I missed you. It's been a while. I can't wait for the day when I actually go to the Cartoon Network studio to actually meet J.G. Quintel. I just hope it's not in the same way that Alex had with his author idol that did those books. Then again, maybe there's a reason why that episode exists. I guess that's why people say never meet your heroes. If he ever does a GalaxyCon, I will definitely sign up for that. I'll be all like, sign me up! And this will be my chance to talk to JG. I got to talk to Roger Craig Smith, so who knows? Maybe they will do one for JG in the future. Whether it be for a regular show or for Close Enough. Or how about both? Because he's creator of both of those medias. As soon as this is over, I will end the live stream because, I got school. And we're going to have to try to find a way to end this somehow. Because it's still going to be going on. Okay. Well, the Joshy boy is almost done. Hey, I was determined to get this over with, and I did. I managed to get this done even on a school day. Yeah, might as well just add that hair that Joshy boy has. I'm so used to Josh having this. If you have seen this episode, let me know your thoughts on it. Wait, so I guess this confirms that regular show is a kid's show, because why else would JG show that to Candace? Because he said that this show, Close Enough, isn't for her, but shows regular show, which could be a kid's cartoon. It's not mistakable. It's a kid's cartoon. I knew it. Regular show is a kid's cartoon. It's not just for teenagers. It's for kids. Okay, not the defunct company for kids, but you get what I mean. Why is his arm on that angle? Why can I just do it like this? A much more understandable angle. I just gotta color him in. And he will be good to go. I mean, this is how he looks, right? I don't know. It still doesn't look right. I think I probably did something wrong. No. Maybe I'm just joshing you. He looks fine. no, I need to do his pants. Okay, I think they're like a light blue. Just a little tint. Ah, there we go. The post-it will be yellow, just like an actual post-it. Wait, no, that's the wrong color. Hang on a second. Ah, there we go. There we go. That's what I did wrong. Well, JG, if you're gonna do a regular show, I can't even speak. If you're gonna do like a regular show, continue regular show, I can't wait to see what you're gonna do. But I bet it's gonna be amazing. Wait, what color are post-its? I think they're like a limeish green or something. Does that mean Wait, that means the Mordecai and Rigby are those colors too. I think it's kind of beige, peach. I think so. See, now that Rigby's kind of got a little bit of a beige tummy going on. I can't look away. It looks weird, but I'm also liking it also. Strangely, yeah. I see Rigby's tail. I get they chose these characters in particular because of their recognizability. And yeah, that is something to praise those people over. Certainly is much better than when Teen Titans Go did that episode where they met their voice actors. Why did I say before that it was a good episode? This one is done so much better, and it's shorter too. You don't focus a whole episode and have a rap number about it. This is how you do one. I think Amphibia also did one too, or was it Big City Greens? Yeah, it was Big City Greens that did their own take on this, and they did their own take on it in a very unique way, and it is amazing. While my Mordecai may not look as good as the JG one, keep in mind, I tried my best, okay? This is the best I can do, and yeah. I wanted to draw this because it's the most recognizable, well-known highlight of this season. There we go. Okay. Just gotta add some gold right here. Doesn't look good enough. The Mordecai could have been better, but I'm fine with the final result. I just love the way I draw Joshy Boy. Josh with Post-it. Josh with regular Post-it. Okay, nice art. Thanks. But alas, this is where I need to end the live stream. I appreciate you guys for coming. Thank you all. And I gotta get ready to go to school, college now. Wait! First, let me go save my drawing. And use this as the highlight. May not be as good as that one, but hey, at least I did my take on drawing before I go to school, right? Yeah, looks pretty good. I love it. Alright, so that's the end of the live stream, guys. Thank you guys for coming, and laters.